Hi everyone. Is Today I wanna talk about little bit about Scorpio, and the Scorpionic energy, because we're having this new moon on 4th of November, and Scorpio energy is very something that I deeply deal with because I have so many Scorpio placements. But Scorpionic energy is so, I feel like I'm still learning, even though it is so integrated with my existence. I still feel like Scorpionic energy is something that I'm still like any other energy as well, but Scorpionic energy is still, I feel like I really need to be very patient and kind of just go with the process really in order to understand Scorpionic energy. So I just want to make this video because like if a person who has so many Scorpio and still it's like again the mystery, and we are unraveling it as we are going through this and processing through this energy, just to create an understanding for people who doesn't have any Scorpionic energy. It must be very, I feel like most of the people, even Scorpionic people who have Scorpionic placement, we rely a lot of our information that is out there. People are sharing, people are, giving their own interpretation of each sign's energy. And we try to, see that what's out there. And if something clicks with our interpretation, we kind of then go deeper into that understanding. So I just want to give you like Scorpionic energy, like the way I am understanding at this moment of my life. I really feel like like Scorpionic energy is, people say it's like a underworld, like the realm of dark, and something that we have not dealt with, something that we like either did not deal with like willingly, or some kind of societally it became such a taboo that it kind of went to back of our head, and we never really thought of dealing with it. It felt like life can go without it. We don't have to deal with taboo in order to make our life successful. We kind of bought into that kind of statement and norm or customs, but Scorpio energy, as I'm living through it, I'm really understanding that Scorpionic energy is actually, it's about language. If Scorpio is anything, Scorpio, people call Scorpionic energy obsessive, like too deep, too fast, this and that. All these things, those are the different adjectives that we put in order to share how we feel. What Scorpionic energy brings, it claims, it declares. Scorpionic energy wants people to acknowledge knowledge that comes from intuition, knowledge that comes from senses, knowledge that comes from your bodily interaction with your surroundings. That's why Scorpionic energy is so much like Scorpio understand communication not just through verbally. They understand communication through body language, they understand communication through energy, they understand communication through senses, intuition. And if Scorpionic energy is doing anything, Scorpionic energy just want to be truth to themselves, and that's all Scorpio really wants. It's just they just want to be true to themselves. And if they are feeling their environment through a different modality of language that has been suppressed, rejected, called names in our society in past I don't know, especially maybe 400-500 years, then it's not, Scorpio is not trying to, many people, like I have noticed that, like when people talk about Scorpio, and especially Scorpio Venus or Scorpio Moon, and like a Scorpio Mars, that kind of like, oh, don't go that deep, I don't want to go that deep, I don't feel that love in that deep. Scorpio is not talking about depth. Scorpio is talking about our senses, our language of communication, that they are communicating, interacting with their environment, and they are just saying, why can't you be? Let me be. I am not trying to poke at your darkness. When I'm meeting you, if I'm feeling that you are nervous, if I'm feeling that you are feeling certain way, or some kind of things going on underneath, and if I'm responding to that energy because I am vibing with you on that energy, it's not that I am saying, okay, I'm gonna meet you and I'm gonna go the depth of your demons and I'm gonna try to fix it. Scorpio, that's like more of a maybe a little bit of Virgo has this fixation kind of energy. Scorpio doesn't want to fix you. Scorpio has no time to fix anybody. Scorpio just want to create an environment where Scorpio can be themselves. Scorpio is a very private sign. Scorpio is a very private sign. Scorpio doesn't, Scorpio care for people. Scorpio is a water, gentle sign. Scorpio obviously is care for people, but Scorpio does not put their energy into fix something or, try to remove your demons. Maybe that they do automatically because Scorpio has such a healing quality to it, but that's not their intention at all. They just want to create an environment where they can be themselves. And when I talk about Scorpio being themselves, for a Scorpio to be themselves is that they don't wanna talk to you, like in the words, if they are feeling something in a other form of language. Scorpio is people don't understand sometimes that Scorpio is a very, very rebellious sign. It's like, Scorpio doesn't rebel like Aquarius. It doesn't go for that kind of, but Scorpio is rebelling in the sense of my body, the way Scorpio is experiencing their environment, that is a form of language, and Scorpio is fighting for that. Scorpio is not trying to get into oh, I'm gonna show you how dark you are and then we're gonna play in the darkness. Scorpio doesn't want to play in the darkness because Scorpio holds the darkness. There is no playtime for Scorpio. Scorpio feels all this, whatever we call it, darkness. It's time to reconsider what is darkness, what is light, and all that. Scorpio claims that. That's why Scorpio comes right after Libra. Scorpio says that if everybody has its place, which that's a Libra, right? After Virgo, when we get into this depth of humanity with the Virgo, and we realize that there is no hierarchy, there is no everybody has their own choice, and whatever they are doing and believing in, then that's their mode of being in this world in that period of time. So there is no principle, there is no right or wrong way, there is no, of course there is a right or wrong doing, but there is no right or wrong way. You can do bad or good and bad. You can do bad to people, but there is no right or wrong way of doing that. You know what I mean? And after, Virgo understand that. That's why Virgo is such a contemplative sign, because Virgo has to, they just need to figure out, like, how can I make this balance work? Because Virgo knows that Libra gonna claim that. Libra is right behind Virgo, and Virgo knows if I do not understand the connection between all these different kind of energy, different people, different norms, different idea, then I cannot produce this scale, like I cannot produce my paper to Libra so that Libra can say, okay, everybody has the place in this earth. But so Virgo, that's why Virgo has to go hermit. That's why Virgo has to go deep to understand things, because there is a lot of, that's why Virgo is also another healing sign, because Virgo gets to that kind of, and that's why if you see the symbol of Virgo and Scorpio, both are pretty much similar. The Libra has been put together, like put in between later on, because people realize that we need a balance before we go into a different form of claim for different kind of language. So when Libra comes, Libra says, okay, everybody has its place. Libra energy, that's what Libra is doing. Libra is not being superficial. People, I don't know how come we come into those kind of understanding, deductive understanding of signs. It's very sometimes frustrating. Libra is not superficial. Libra is saying that I am, my passion is my passion, but I am not going to force my passion onto you to speak like me. If you speak something completely different than me, I will respect your existence in the world and give you the same amount of space and same amount of respect that I desire for my being. So I am gonna come. It's not that I am, Libra doesn't go there and say people, oh, I'm just being friendly just for sake of friendly. Libra really do admire. Libra really wants to give that space to all sorts of existence. Libra really understand that only way to bring harmony is accept that everybody has their own channel of being. Everybody is autonomous. Everybody needs to, nobody has to persuade anybody to be anybody other than they want to be. So Libra understand that. So when Libra understand that, after Libra, when Scorpio comes, Scorpio says, if everybody is equal, then how come my language is getting suppressed in the society? That's why Scorpio is such a powerful volcanic energy, because Scorpio challenge Libra. Scorpio challenge these Libra, actually in ideal scenario, everybody should be like equal and equity and space to voice themselves, space to feel themselves, space to be whatever they want to be. All these people on earth, animal, not only just people, of course, everything. But the thing is, Scorpio says, Scorpio says that, this is a lofty idea. But in reality, we are suppressing a form of language which comes from our body. That's why right after Scorpio, oh God, I can go on and on with this thing, that's why right after Scorpio it comes Sagittarius. Sagittarius is not about just happy-go-lucky. Sagittarius is the only sign coming after Scorpio which is saying that yes, it is the time to give space to a new language. That's why Sagittarius go for shoot the arrow in the galaxy, the new territory. Sagittarius is not just claiming old territory. Sagittarius is fighting for what Scorpio stands for. Sagittarius is the fighter. Sagittarius is that's why they are so wild. Sagittarius is fire sign. They are supporting Scorpio. Scorpio and Sagittarius is very, 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 very well gelled together energy. I'm not too much into popular culture or celebrity and all that, but so far, whenever I try to get their, what their, birth chart and this and that, I have noticed that there is a lot of couple in our popular culture that we know of are Sagittarius and Scorpio duo. And that's so fascinating when Sagittarius and Scorpio come together, there is a victory. there is a victory, like there is no other thing can happen. There is like such a sense of positive, like such a sense of establishment that can happen with this two energy, when this two energy comes together. So the Scorpio, what is doing, Scorpio is saying that no, you know, like Scorpio is challenging this air, a Libra. Scorpio challenging that, you know, like, don't go for equal sake. Go all the way. You know, don't try to say that world, everybody has the equal space, everybody has the voice, when you want that every voice to be similar. Of course, you know, then everybody has a place, because there is no versatility. You know, like if I'm talking about, and when I say voice doesn't mean, you know, like this goes deep, you know, like let's say that everybody has a voice, but we you know, different people, we talk differently. How we form our words, how we deliver our words, how we communicate is different. So, you know, if everybody is forced to communicate in the same modality that has been you know, recognized as a standard modality, then where is equality? That's what Scorpio is asking. This is very deep-seated question. This is like Scorpio is saying, okay, everybody has a place, right? Everybody has this place on this earth. Then if somebody is trying to communicate, somebody understand their, you know, like we all do, we all have our intuition, we all have our senses. So then Scorpio is saying, then how come only certain way of communicating is legitimate, called logical, called practical? How come other form of communication, other form of knowledge that we embody in our body is not given this space of equal existence, equal representation, equal acknowledgement? Scorpio is that's why Scorpio is a very, if you have a lot of Scorpio, you are a loner. Scorpio and Capricorn has a very similar energy, because both are, again, the feminine. There's just so much goes on in astrology that I can, you know, like, it's like a feminine energy there. What, you know, like this Scorpio, after Scorpio, all the signs comes together. That's why Aquarius happens. That's why Pisces comes, and everything, you know, dissolve, because that's the, you know, like a new era is coming, because there is some kind of completion happening. After Scorpio, all the signs are fighting together. That's why it's called collective zone after Libra, from Libra actually. It's a collective. Libra is the in-between, balancing the both, you know. And so the Scorpio is not about darkness or anything. You call it, we call it darkness or whatever. That's our problem. Whatever name or word we associate it with something that we want, we all of a sudden believed need to be suppressed. That our thing, whatever we call. Scorpio doesn't care about fixing anybody. Scorpio doesn't care about fixing your fucking demons or anybody demons. That will happen even like automatically when you talk to, when you get into certain senses that you usually don't get in. Of course, there are going to be clarity when you start, you know, interacting with those energy. So those kind of healings is inevitable. But Scorpio doesn't care. Scorpio care about just, so create a space where they can be themselves. Create a space where intuition is valid. Create a space with senses, knowledge through senses, knowledge through, you know, body language, knowledge through unspoken knowledge, unspoken words. Speak language is such a, language is the, you know, one of the strongest tool of any kind of colonization. Scorpio is against that. Scorpio is like a break away from this kind of mind control. That's why it's feminine. That's why Kundalini energy is also associated with Scorpionic energy. It's like a breaking away from a captive ideology, captive idea. Not captive. I don't know. Hold on. Let me structure this sentence. It's like breaking away from some kind of hegemony of knowledge, which dominated by, very, it just wanna, that's all Scorpio is asking. So with the new moon, I really feel like, I don't know, new moon, it's like a new energy, right? What is new moon? New moon is like the universe is bringing you new energy. It's like how everybody gonna feel new moon differently, I feel like, every Scorpio or any other, because it's not like some kind of cohesive, maybe there is some collective going on, but I feel like in deeper sense, it's like where we are in our life. Maybe we are some Scorpio who even fight with acknowledge our own language that we claim for, trying to claim up space for. We fight with that, and maybe there are other Scorpio who accepted that language of their own and totally, like, they are not gonna budge if like they want their communication to be heard. And when people say, oh, don't go that deep, come on the surface and swim with others, it's really, if you really think about it, it's absolute dictatorship towards Scorpionic energy. It's basically they are saying, don't use a knowledge that you already hold. Use the knowledge that we established as a legitimate form of communication, which is words, which is facts, which is reason. Like the visible reason that we can comprehend, our logical brain, So it's really so daunting when you say a Scorpio that, hey, don't go that deep, don't dig too deep. You are like literally shutting them off to breathe. You are like saying that don't get into your feminine, we call it feminine now, energy is energy. So now we marked it masculine, feminine energy. Okay, let's go with that. It's fine. There is nothing wrong in marking unless we are not so rigid about it. So it's like shutting off. It's like you are demanding. Whenever we demand not to, we can go, we may not be feel used to go that, tap into our energy. Maybe we can take time and all that, but to get into that, but it's not that they're, but telling someone then don't go that deep, which is their language, you are actually telling them do not talk. That's like ultimate separation in our society. You have seen every time we try to suppress any other culture, any other religion, any other gender, any other, like species wise, we took away their voice. So when you say to a Scorpio, don't go that deep and don't provoke that thing in me, that means it's like I don't know what that even means. It's like a utter violence happening in those transactions of words. Do we realize that violence that we have been doing to people who communicate not through words, who communicate through senses, who communicate through body language, who communicates through feelings, who communicates through intuition. And that's it's really aggressive. That's why Scorpio is so, they're gonna sting you from, because they are suppressed. Because Scorpio is a water sign, gentle. Scorpio try to give you like this energy, Scorpionic energy, this now feminine energy, Kundalini energy. It's like, why are you suppressing a part of your body that you already own and hold and have access to? And even if you cannot want to do that, you cannot tell other people who wants to access that to shut them off. This is absolute violence against Scorpio. Scorpio is the most abused sign in the whole zodiac. And then they get this rap that they are the one who is this, demonic, revengeful, or God knows what. This is such a, do you understand this? We live in a world that even our body senses has been censored, has been labeled, and has been brutalized and criminalized in front of our eyes. And now we don't even acknowledge our own senses. Even if you do things with senses, later on we take that back. We feel like, oh, I did not say that. We just overread myself. We do that all the time. So just imagine, as a culture, as a human, like how much has been taken us from ourselves. We have taken things from ourselves. We are the only species who are taking things from ourselves to make our life miserable. We taken away, we suppressed a form of language, a form of knowledge, which is so ingrained in us. And that we are in such a position that we just don't know even, like, it's like such a violation is happening. Scorpio is anything, if you have to understand, Scorpio is about language. It's about basic right to communicate. Basic right to be. That's why the Taurus is an opposition sign. It's like, I am who I am by having what I have. And Taurus doesn't say, we associate Taurus with material. Maybe there is something, but there is nothing wrong in material at all. But Taurus is like, I am who I am based on what I have. And what Taurus have is senses, body. And, Scorpio is asking, now is the time that we acknowledge that language that we harvest, that we harbor, that we knowingly, unknowingly, subconsciously nurture. Give that language space. Don't suffocate it. Scorpio is the most abused sign in the sign because they are always suppressed. And when they speak and people shut them off or don't go so deep, what that means. All right, I feel like I'm going to stop here. And, this is what I feel about Scorpionic energy. And hope this new moon, we are going to be people who are feeling this Scorpionic energy strongly, whether you have Scorpio or not. Like wherever you are in your life journey, maybe this new moon will, we are gonna see how to use this energy to really understand Scorpionic energy first. New moon, new energy, and new synchronicity, new vibration with this energy, because that is so needed, I feel like. All right, thank you so much for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye.